Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtiwada. In this video, we will learn about React Memo. That is nothing but a pure component. So first we'll try to understand few things before going to the coding part. Let me go into the another slide. So here we'll talk about React Memo and the pure component. What exactly the pure components in React? Whenever there is a change in the state or a props in the component, then only that component should re-render. Re-render in the sense it has to invoke your return statement and your whole components can be changed, whole component elements can be updated. But if that is not the case, that means if you are not updating any of the state or any of the prop of a particular component, it should never re-render. If it is re-rendering, it may impact your application performance. So that's why always we have to use pure components in our applications. And how can we achieve this? By using memo on a functional components. We are focusing only on the functional components as of now. That's why we will talk about how to achieve these pure components in our functional components. So let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Let's understand with an example. So this is something like context API example. So I have already explained all about the context in my previous video. Please watch that for better understanding. So you need to know what exactly the context API, then only you can understand this example in a proper way. So now to reduce our efforts, what I'll do is just I'll try to remove this counter context, which is like two contexts. We have created multiple contexts. So I'll delete all the unwanted code which is related for that particular counter context. Let me go here and I'll also remove this counter part. So now save this. And now what I'm doing is I have created an app component. Inside this app component we have child1, that is another component. So here is the child1 and I wrote child1 as a heading and console.log of child1. So just to know whether it is re-rendered or not. And point to be noted, this child1 is not receiving any of the props. It is not even receiving any of the states. That means it doesn't have any states and props. It's a dummy component. And let me go here to the child2. So now this is a component which is receiving some set of values, and let me remove this unwanted code, which is receiving the values from the context. So it has to re-render. Whenever there is a change in this particular context, it has to re-render. So now our case is child1 should not re-render and child2 should re-render whenever there is a change in the random context. So let me go here and first we will see without applying our changes called as use memo. So let me zoom this, and now whenever I click on this random number, so it is invoking your child1 and child2. That means both are getting updated. Why you are getting two times is we are using a developer mode. In developer mode, we will see two consoles for every component. If we, whenever we are writing that console inside the return statement, so don't bother about two things, just bother about one part. That is child1 and child2. Both are getting called. So again, I'll try to update. So whenever you are trying to update or whenever you are trying to change any of the value in the child2, why child1 should update? And child1 may contain lot of code, not only one line. It may contain hundreds of lines. So whenever it is containing hundreds of lines, re-rendering hundreds of line when some other component is getting changed, that will create a performance issue. So now what we will do is we'll try to avoid this or we'll try to overcome this by using a technique called as memoization technique. So what this memoization technique? Memoization helps us to create a pure component. So what we'll do is we'll go here into the child1 and I don't want to update this child1 until my child1's properties gets updated. So that's why what I'll do is I'll use a memo and I'll wrap that child1 and let me import this. So let me import this, save this. And now I have imported this memo. Now what I'll do is I'll go into the child2. Here also I'll try to import memo and I'll make it as pure component. Let me save this. Now go here and just refresh this. For the first time, all the components will be loaded. And from updating, for example, if I update this random number, let me click on this. Now only child2 is invoking, not the child1, because child1 does not have any props or any states which are related to this particular component. So what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll pass this random number even to my child is equal to child, and I'm just passing it. I'm not using it at all. Let me go here, refresh this. First time both called, and now I'm updating the random number. If you see, even I'm not using that props, but my props got updated. That is the reason child one is also getting updated. So whenever there is a change in the props, then even memo will overcome it and it will update your values. So that is how the child 1 and child 2 will work. And how memo is working is, whenever there is a value, exact value change, then only it happens. For example, I'm not using math.random. Instead, I'll use 0 by default. That means if I click this n number of times, my state will update with 0, and as the state E will not get updated, as I'm updating the same number again and again, the state will never get updated. So whenever that state doesn't change, then the props will not change. When the prop is not changed, then your component is a pure component, so it will not render again. Let me go here and clear this off, refresh. Now let me click on this. Nothing is happening. Why? Because we are passing the default 0th value, and that is not the change. Change is something like you have to compute and you have to give a new state. That means previous value should not match with the new value, then only you will be getting an updated value to your component. So that's how you can use your memo, and this is called as memoization technique. So you are handling whole component and you are updating whole component based on the props and state changes. So that is how you can use your memo in React. So now this is something like a memo for whole functional component, but if you want to apply for a particular logic inside the component, then how we can do that? Can we do that or not? Everything we'll cover in the upcoming video, and that's where the hook came in picture, that is called as use memo. Use memo helps us to optimize only certain code without re-rendering, and this memo will help us to optimize or memoize the complete functional component. So that's how we can use memo in React. That's it for this video. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.